Well, turns out someone's been proper naughty. Yes, that's right. An article from probably one of the greatest news sites on planet Earth, the Metro. I don't know if you've ever been on the Metro online, but it's Pulitzer worthy. It really is. Boat captain faces 20 years in jail for rescuing migrants from the Mediterranean. Now you can imagine how much outrage just this headline will be causing right now. There'll be people crying and stuff. Probably burning stuff right now. There's probably a riot going on somewhere, I expect. There's bound to be something going on right now, isn't it? And this is the captain. It's a woman. She's a German boat captain. Who would have thought? I didn't know the Germans did boating. The German boat captain faces 20 years in an Italian prison for rescuing drowning migrants who are fleeing war zones. That's right. And it is as if you ever wanted to know if someone was trying to put across some sort of rhetoric, some sort of narrative. It's in that sentence right there. Italian prison for rescuing drowning migrants who are fleeing war zones. That's right. This woman is a hero. Or is she? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, do I? Pia Klemp said rescuing people had become criminalised and condemned in Italy for what she said would be a year-long show trial. Pia's supporters have hailed her as a humanitarian who has been personally responsible for hundreds of rescue missions. But the Italian authorities have accused her of assisting illegal immigration and impounded her boat. Pia, 35, said she is now prepared for a lengthy and expensive legal battle, which could end up in the EU Court of Human Rights. She added, "We are accused of aiding and abetting illegal entry. On it stands up to 20 years imprisonment and horrendous fines. We are facing a year-long show trial. The legal and legal costs alone will amount to over €300,000, plus travel and campaign costs." Well, you've got to factor in the campaign costs, haven't you? Italy, under the influence of far-right Interior Minister Matteo Salvini. I mean, is he far-right? Everyone's far-right these days, aren't they? Everyone that has an opinion's far-right now. So who knows? He could be left-wing for all I fucking know. Has accused Pia of colluding with smugglers. Pictures allegedly show human traffickers escorting vessels packed with asylum seekers before they are transferred to aid boats. Pia has said that these pictures were taken off the coast of Malta, not Italy, and said she always followed international law while captaining the Levanta vessel. Speaking to Swiss paper Basler Zeitung, she added, "We have only followed international law, especially the law of the sea, where the highest priority is to save people from distress. The rescue is criminalized. We are already paralyzed, and that's why people are dying on the Mediterranean." Look at this photo of her looking like a lovely human being, just so you notice. Since 2014, more than 12,000 people have died in the Mediterranean trying to flee Libya to Europe. 12,000? Fuck me, isn't that many? Man, that's bad, man. That's bad. The UN Refugee Agency has called it the world's deadliest sea crossing. Yeah, well, they must really... Well, do you hear that? You hear that? 12,000 people fleeing Libya alone. Do you hear that? The mess you made of Libya? You know who I'm talking to. You know what you did. See that mess you've made? Honest to God. But no one wants to talk about that. They'd rather talk about Trump tweeting about the moon. Wouldn't they? That's what people would rather talk about. That's more important. Boris Johnson snorting cocaine, that's more important than the mess that is Libya that was created by some governments. That's more important, isn't it? Pia already has the backing of some 80,000 people who have signed a petition urging Italy to drop the charges. Petition organisers said that Pia's imprisonment would represent the surrender of humanity in Europe. Pia from Bonn said she was bitter that money raised for her defence could not be spent instead on rescue missions. Oh, she's bitter that the money raised for her defence could not be spent on rescue missions. Well, you could always just take the rap and be a martyr and give it to the rescue missions, couldn't you? Couldn't you? You could do that, couldn't you? Remember the sacrifice? What sacrifice is all about? Salvini leads the powerful right-wing league. Sorry, you missed the far in front of the right wing. Isn't there supposed to be a powerful far right wing? Isn't that the word you're missing there? Isn't that the word you're supposed to use? You are a newspaper, aren't you? Anyway, right-wing League Party in the ruling coalition has seen his popularity soar with his hardline stance. He has repeatedly refused entry to Mediterranean migrants and turned away rescue ships operated by NGOs. Now, there is a lot of stuff going on about these so-called NGOs and these migrant rescue vessels. Only people on the right, obviously, only right-wing people are trying to expose it and say that, you know, they have close ties with human traffickers and that they basically work hand in hand with human traffickers, or they're complicit with each other. The thing is, and this is obviously left-leaning. You can tell that from the off. I never knew whether Metro was left or right, to be honest. It was just a free paper that you find on a bus covered in sick. But the fact is, we don't know. We don't know. This is the thing. One side is going to say one thing and the other side is going to say another thing, and yet we do not know. They're trying to play it out like she is this innocent, superhuman, this superwoman, this hero, and then the other side will be like, oh, no, she's just a filthy bunny-grabbing human trafficker, posing as a heroine. And maybe there's a bit of both. Maybe she is complicit with human traffickers. Maybe she thinks that, you know, that if people are, you know, getting paid to smuggle people out of Libya, maybe it's for a greater good, even if, you know, sometimes you have to deal with certain dodgy elements in order to fulfill the greater good. This stuff happens all the time. Happens in war. Happens all the time. It could be both. But just to, you know, single out Italy just because they've got this hardline stance on migration, and to say that they are this all-fascist evil that just hates humanity and just wants people to drown, is just lunacy as well, you know what I mean? It's just going, all right. The truth is somewhere in the middle. It could be, you know, they believe that she is doing this. They think they have evidence. She says she has evidence to the contrary and claims her innocence. But we don't know. You don't know. I don't know. You know, you're going to base your opinion on your tribe, which is not the way to do it. And like I said, possibly it's the truth is somewhere in the middle, or possibly it's on either side. But we don't know. But people have already made up their minds. 80,000 people have already made up their minds by donating money. Which is, you know, it's noble in a sense to donate money to the cause. But like, what if it turns out she is like a human trafficker? How are you going to feel then? You feel fucking stupid? I would. But that's the risk you take. And you think you're doing the right thing. It's the risk you take. It's the risk you take every time you donate money to charity, because you don't know if you're funding some bloke in Haiti to go fuck prostitutes, you know? You just don't know where your money's going these days, do you? Don't have a fucking clue. Give a huge chunk of your salary to the government. You know what the fuck they're doing with it. Using that money to spy on you through your TV. You know, you're paying to be spied on. It's crazy. Play a game of Candy Crush. You're basically giving Facebook... I'm going totally off topic, aren't I? Point is, we don't know. We do not know. All we know is that the narrative, the opinion that's being sold about Italy is that, you know, it's suddenly this fascist regime, and that every NGO and every person that is operating by helping and assisting migrants and refugees is a saint, and neither of those things are exactly the truth, is it? You know, you need to look at it with subjective eyes. And objective eyes. So everything is subjective and everything is objective. Be objective about it. You know, look at it and just go, I wonder. You know. The fact that, I think the main thing here is that 12,000 people are drowning trying to escape Libya. And Libya is a mess that was created by the you-know-whos. Let's not utter their names right now. I'm trying to have a civil conversation. We made a mess of fucking Libya. It's sort of the untalked about mess that we got going on. We know about the other messes that's been created, but Libya is a very special kind of mess with that many people dying from drowning and a flourishing slave trade and a hotbed for Islamic extremism. It's a wonder. What wonderful things have happened in Libya since Gaddafi went. They're definitely better off without that mad dog tyrant. Libya, isn't it? Definitely so much better now he's gone, don't you think? Yeah, there's some food for thought.